Shalom. First, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All praises due. This is Brother Matthias coming with another breakdown. The scriptures today, from the Word of the Most High. And I wanted to start off by addressing a comment that was made on the comment board. And this is what basically put me in the spirit to do this today. I've been promising this for a while. The title is kind of ambiguous and it's for a reason. I've held out on this topic for a while because what you're going to get today is the raw, uncut truth on who the so-called white man is. All right. This is the one that you've been requesting. Well, half of it anyway. Some of you believe, as we all did, as I did, that the white man was Esau. All right? He's not. He's not. We all got our heads bumped on this one. But me included, I can't speak for everybody else. But I got to clear up my little faux pas. All right, so I wanted to start this off with a well-received comment, from the comment board. And this is Brother Donald Welsh. And he said, let me get it. He said, he said, all of you dummies. He said, all of you dummies that keep pushing this foolishness about Esau being the Arabs needs to stop. When Genesis makes it clear under no circumstances that Esau came out red, who Esau is, and the Arabs, I can't really finish it, and it's not letting me pull it up for some reason, but you guys get the gist. This guy here believes that Esau's the so-called white man, like we all did. All right? So, I'm not mad at you at all, brother. I thought the same thing, man. All right? Till I got my head split open to the white meat with these scriptures. All right? So, just to put it in short, this is not going to be a really short message. I don't know how many parts it might take to get this over with, but we got some reading to do. All right? And some studying to do. So, this is what you're going to need if you want to follow along. All right? You need to get you, see that? The book of Enoch. It's going to be coming out of there. Then they're going to be coming out of course, the Apocrypha. Okay? And then, hold on a minute. So, and we're going to be coming out of, the King James, 66 books. All right? So, let us get started on who Esau is not, or who, should I say, the white man not being Esau. We're going to prove it here today through the scriptures, okay? Mr. Walsh, not mad at you. Like I say, I thought the same thing, man, but they don't call him the great deceiver for nothing. So we're going to pick up in the book of Enoch. chapter 106. All right. Let me put my glasses on. I don't see as good as I used to. All right. All right, let's begin, y'all. This is the book of Enoch, chapter 106. Okay, starting at verse 1. Going to read about 1 through 17, somewhere around there, okay? And after some days, my son Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech, and she became pregnant by him and bore a son. And his body was white as snow and red as the blooming rose. His body was white. Y'all hear that? And the hair of his head and his long locks were white as wool, and his eyes beautiful. And when he opened his eyes, he lighted up the whole house like the sun, and the whole house was very bright. And thereupon he arose in the hands of the midwife, opened his mouth, and conversed with the Lord of righteousness. And his father Lamech was afraid of him. Verse 5, and fled, and came to his father Methuselah, and he said unto him, I have begotten a strange son, diverse from an unlike man, and resembling the sons of the God of heaven, and his nature is different, and he is not like us. And his eyes are as the rays of the sun, and his countenance is glorious. And it seems to me that he is not sprung from me, but from the angels. And I fear that in his days a wonder may be wrought on the earth. And now, my father, I am here to petition thee and implore thee that thou mayest go to Enoch our father, and learn from him the truth, for his dwelling place is amongst the angels. And when Methuselah heard the words of his son, he came to me to the ends of the earth, for he had heard that was there, and he cried aloud. And I heard his voice, and I came to him, and I said unto him, Behold, here am I, my son. Wherefore hast thou come to me? And he answered and said, Because of a great cause of anxiety have I come to thee, because of the disturbing vision have I approached. And now, my father, hear me. Unto Lamech my son there had been born a son, the like of whom there is none, and his nature is not like man's nature. And the color of his body is whiter than snow, and redder than the bloom of a rose. And the hair of his head is whiter than wool, and his eyes are like the rays of the sun. And he opened his eyes, and thereupon lighted up the whole house. And he arose in his hands of the midwife, and opened his mouth, and blessed the Lord of heaven. And his father Lamech became afraid, and fled to me, and did not believe that he was sprung from him, but that he was in likeness of the angels of heaven. And behold, I have come to thee that thou mayest make known to me the truth. Verse 13, and I, Enoch, answered and said unto him, The Lord will do a new thing on the earth, and this I have already seen in a vision, and make known to thee that in the generation of my father Jared, some of the angels of heaven transgressed the word of the Lord. Verse 14, and behold, they commit sin and transgress the law, and have united themselves with women and commit sin with them, and have married some of them, and have begotten children by them. Verse 15, and they shall produce on the earth giants, not according to the spirit, but according to the flesh. And there shall be a great punishment on the earth, and the earth shall be cleansed from all impurity. Yea, there shall come a great destruction over the whole earth, and there shall be a deluge, and a great destruction for 1 year. And this son who has been born unto you shall be left on the earth, and his 3 children shall be saved with him, when all mankind that are on the earth. Verse 17, when all mankind of the earth shall die, and his sons shall be saved. And now make known to thy son Lamech that he who has been born is in truth his son, and call his name Noah, for he shall be left to you. And he and his sons shall be saved from the destruction which shall come upon the earth on account of all the sin and all the unrighteousness which shall be consummated on the earth in his days. And after that there shall be still more unrighteousness than that which was first consummated on the earth. For I know the mysteries of the holy ones, for he, the Lord, has showed me and informed me, and I have read them in the heavenly tablets. So that's the entire 106th number of the book of Enoch. So you heard what he looked like, right? Noah, was white as snow. All right. What we would like to say possibly is albino. All right. So he was white as snow. His hair was white. He didn't look like everybody else, because back then everybody was, well done like me. Okay. So we see that Noah was a white looking baby. Okay. So Noah and his 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. All right. Japheth. Let's go to Genesis chapter 9. Genesis chapter 9. All right. Starting in verse 18. Genesis chapter 9, starting at verse 18. Now this is after the flood that was promised. The Most High had already promised in the book of Enoch that the world was going to be destroyed because they were going to have wicked giants running around creating havoc, right? So let's start in Genesis chapter 9, verse 18. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Ham is the father of Canaan. Okay, so Ham is the Canaanites, so-called Africans. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. So every race came from one of these 3 boys. All right, y'all got that? Verse 19. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. Verse 20. And Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his 2 brethren without. So Noah got a little faded, and he was uncovered in his tent, laying butt naked. So Canaan, which is the progenitor of all the dark races except for us, those are the so-called Hamites, the Africans, all right? It says, and Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his 2 brethren without. Verse 23. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward, and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness, unlike Ham. Okay? Verse 24. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. All right? And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. So, Canaan was already cursed for looking at his father's nakedness. And this was before the law of Moses, all right? Way before. It's always been foul to look at your mother and father's nakedness like that, all right? And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. Verse 26. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. So that's already been ordained that these Hamites was going to serve us, all right? Now here's where the meat is in this passage. Look at verse 27. The Most High shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Now, there's a lot in there. it's saying that Japheth, son number 3, all right, is going to dwell in the tents of Shem, meaning that they're going to enlarge their border and take over our territory where we're at. And the Canaanites are going to serve Japheth. Okay? So, hope y'all got that. Now we got to find out who the Japhethites are. All right? So, let's go to let's go to Apocrypha. All right? And we're going to go to the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1. 1 Maccabees, chapter 1. All right. Now, we just read in Genesis chapter 9, verse 27, that the tents of Japheth Japheth's border was going to be enlarged. Okay, so there's only one race of people who enlarges their borders. All right, like this. Check them out. The first book of the Maccabees, chapter 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Kittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, and that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. So this is Alexander the Great. So what color was Alexander the Great? He was Greek, right? Macedonia is in Greece. So what were the Greeks? We know the Greeks was the so-called white man. Okay? And that's proven throughout history that Alexander the Great, Alexander the Crete, was a white man. All right? There's overwhelming evidence for that. Okay, so look what he did. It says, the first over Greece, verse 2, and made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, and so much that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. So, this is Japheth. He enlarged his border, didn't he? It says the whole earth was quiet before him. All right? It took Alexander the Great exactly 12 years to conquer the entire planet. That's the prophecy coming true in Genesis chapter 9, verse 27. All right? Alexander the Great enlarged his border. This is Japheth. And look where he landed at, in the tents of Shem. Okay? Because it says that he has smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes. Who did Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, have in subjection when Alexander the Great came and whipped his ass? Blue. He had us. Shem. We were in subject to the Persians and the Medes. All right? So Alexander the Great came and toppled him and then took us into his possession. Okay? So now he's dwelling in the tents of Shem, pursuant to Genesis chapter 9, verse 27. All right? So, 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 4. And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. He's enlarging his border, pursuant to Genesis chapter 9, verse 27. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as was honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander the Great was homosexual. He didn't have any heirs. So he splitted his his kingdoms in the quarters to his 4 generals. Cassander, Lysimachus, Seleucus, and Ptolemy. Those were his 4 generals that he left it to. All right. So, verse 7. 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and died, and his servants bare rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. Is that what happened when the white man take over? Evils are multiplied in the earth, right? Pools are right here. And who was this under? The Greeks. Okay? And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them. Many years and evils were multiplied in the earth. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome. Y'all hear that? Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. So we know the Greeks are the Japhites, right? In those days went there out of Israel wicked men. So how could wicked men come out of Israel and join with the Greeks? Because the Greeks had taken over our territory. They're going to dwell in the tents of Shem. We're Shemites, right? They took over our territory, okay? Who had been a hostage in Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. Verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen. Now, who is the heathen? The heathen are the Greeks, the Japhites. They're not called Esau, correct? They're called Japhites, all right? These are the heathens. These are the sons of Japheth, okay? Let us make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward therein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen. Did you hear that? Whereupon, verse 14, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief, man. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 9, verse 27. And the Most High shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. That's it right there. That's point game right there. But there's more. All right. So I'll just prove to you right there in just these few scriptures that the so-called white man are Japhites. They're not Esau. Okay. But I know you need more. So let's continue to proceed. All right. Let's go to 2 Maccabees chapter 11. Second Maccabees chapter 11, starting at verse 23. Second Maccabees chapter 11, verse 23. And it reads, since our father is translated unto the gods, our will is that they that are in our realm live quietly, that everyone may attend upon his own affairs. Now, the Roman Empire ended up absorbing the Greek Empire. Okay, these are still Japhites, and their border was enlarged even greater after Rome took over. Look what it says in verse 24. We understand also that the Jews would not consent to our father for to be brought unto the custom of the Gentiles, but had rather keep their own manner of living, for the which cause they require of us that we should allow them to live after their own laws. Wherefore our mind is that this nation shall be in rest, and we have determined to restore them their temple, that they may live according to the customs of their forefathers. All right, live according to the customs of their forefathers. Thou shalt do well, therefore, to send unto them and grant them peace, that when they are certified of our mind, they may be of good comfort, and ever go cheerfully about their own affairs. And the letter of the king unto the nation of the Jews was after this manner. King Antiochus sendeth greeting unto the council and the rest of the Jews. If ye fare well, we have our desire. We are also in good health. Menelaus declared unto us that your desire was to return home and to follow your own business. So they're giving our ancestors the right to go back and live their own, to live in their own way and their own customs, which was a Roman custom. Rome didn't care who you worshipped. You could worship the devil for all they care. As long as you pay tribute to them, they can give a damn who you worship. Okay, and that's the same way the United States is right now. That's why bring me your poor, your tired, your huddled masses yearning to be free. You could be anything you want in America, as long as you pay these taxes. They can give a damn about what you believe in. Okay, verse 29. Menelaus declared unto us that your desire was to return home and to follow your own business. Verse 30. Wherefore they that will depart shall have safe conduct till the 30th day of Xanthicus with security. And the Jews shall use their own kind of meats and laws as therefore, and none of them any manner of way shall be molested for the things ignorantly done. Okay? I have sent also Menelaus that he may comfort you. Fare ye well. In the 148th year, and the 15th day of the month of Xanthicus, the Romans also sent unto them a letter containing these words. Quintus Memmius and Titus Manlius, ambassadors of the Romans, send greeting unto the people of the Jews. Whatsoever Lysias, the king's cousin, hath granted, therewith we also are well pleased. But touching such things as he judged to be referred to the king, after ye have advised thereof, send one forthwith, that we may declare as it is convenient for you, for we are now going to Antioch. Therefore send some with speed, that we may know what is your mind. Farewell, this 148th year, the 15th month of Xanthicus. So, this is how we ended up in Roman captivity, all the way up until the time when R.O.I came, man. All right, this is how the southern kingdom, all right, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi was actually put in subjection to the Roman Empire, and the remaining northern kingdom, who had been Hellenized under Antiochus Epiphanes, they were Hellenized into being Greeks. The entire northern kingdom, they were basically totally Hellenized. And this is the reason that the Apostle Paul had to go through Greece, okay, waking up the northern kingdom that was still left in the region. That's why when you read Thessalonians, which is the church of Thessalonica, Galatia, Colossus, Philippi, those are all Greek cities which had been conquered by the Greeks under Alexander the Great. But then when the Romans came in and absorbed the Greek Empire, it became the Greco-Roman Empire. But then soon after that, it became Rome. All of those Greek regions were still allowed to practice their Greek customs under Roman authority. All right? With us mixed in with them. And the northern king mixed in with the Greeks. All right? And this was all done under the so-called white man, Japheth, because he enlarged his border. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Well, what about Herod? Yeah. Okay. It said that let me get the precept again. Genesis chapter 9, verse 26. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Now, the Canaanites, those are Arabs. Those are Arabs. All right. But we're going to get to them once I get done with this. But this is just the first installment of Japheth, all right, the so-called white man. I'm going to immediately go into our second installment. We might be able to wrap it up then, but I'm going to break from this message right now. Y'all know I don't like dragging things on too far, but we got the ball rolling now. So stay tuned for installment number 2 of Japheth, all right? Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash, all praises due. Peace and salutations to you out there listening and learning, rightly dividing this word of truth that you need not be ashamed. All right? Brother Matthias, I'll quickly prepare for the next lesson. It's coming in just a few short minutes. I'm going to keep the ball rolling Spirit is on me to push this through. All right? So stay tuned. It's coming up. Shalom.